If you got knee pain on the inside of your knee, stop stretching it, stop icing it, and stop blaming your age or arthritis. Inner knee pain is usually not just a knee problem. Most of the time, it's happening because one muscle isn't doing its job properly and your knee is taking the strain every time you walk, you go up the stairs, stand up from a chair. Here's the frustrating part. You can strengthen your thighs, you can do the squats, you can even rest for weeks and weeks. But if this one muscle stays weak, the pain keeps coming back again and again. So in this video, we are going to show you what that muscle is, why it protects the inside of your knee, and a simple way you can train it safely, even if your knee is sore right now. In a reasonable time frame, you can expect it to get better once you start exercising it. My name is Alex. I'm a physiotherapist with over 21 years experience in private practice treating people with knee issues.
And I'm Gavin, a personal trainer, and I've been training people for the last 13 years, over 40, and many people have had knee pain. Even myself, I've had 8 knee surgeries, which Alex has helped rehab me back to full strength. Alex and I co-own New Zealand's only fitness studio for people over the age of 40. So this is going to be a really interesting video for us. So without further ado, let's just jump into the gym and we'll get this exercise demonstrated.
So the muscle we're going to be covering today is the gluteus medius, which is basically on the side of your hip. Now, why this muscle is so important for the function of your knee? So if your glute med is weak, what's going to happen is when you walk, your knee is going to collapse in. So you might have noticed when you stand on one leg possibly, or even when you're walking, your knee kind of drifts inwards, okay? So when that happens, it creates an angle here in your knee. We call it a Q angle. You don't have to remember that. But essentially, it overstretches. It actually puts strain on the inside of your knee, which is exactly the reason very often you get pain on the inside of the knee. Okay, so by strengthening your glute med, essentially you help to correct the alignment of your leg, and therefore you're taking the stress from the inside of the knee. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate you a simple exercise that is safe for you to do even if you do have a bit of knee pain. Okay, so Gavin is going to stand here. You can hold on to if you have a frame like that, that's great. Otherwise you can just hold on to a wall at home or any sturdy piece of furniture. Okay, so all I'm going to ask Gavin to do is stand on the good leg, and the other leg is going to be straight, and you're going to bring the leg out off to the side, Gavin. Toes should be pointing forward, okay? So toes pointing forward, and you're going to do some little circles. So you're going to go off to the side and slightly forward, back down. Yep, that's it. And you're going to go like off to the side, forward, and then come back. Nice and easy. Then you can do 10 times forward, and then you can do exactly the same thing in the opposite direction. So let's say you go clockwise, and then you can go anti-clockwise, okay? So then you can do it on one leg, and then you can do exactly the same thing on the other leg.
So as a personal trainer, I'm always looking to progress people past physio exercises. So what we're going to do today, we do exactly the same thing with a band, because there's going to come a point where you don't just do this exercise and stop forever. You agree, right? These are things you need to do consistently over time. And there's going to be a point where this becomes really, really easy, okay? So we're going to make it just a little bit harder to help you progressively overload your muscles to continue to get stronger, which is hopefully going to give you a lot more buffer to stop getting knee pain, right? So Alex will talk us through it.
Great. Okay, so we're going to put this rubber loop around both of your ankles. So it needs to go just above the ankle, okay? So all we're going to do is pretty much the same, okay? But this time, the band is going to provide that extra resistance. So it's going to make it a little bit harder for you to do the same movement, okay? So you're going to stand on the left leg, Gavin, okay? You're going to bring your leg off to the side, okay? And then you're going to go in a clockwise direction. So slightly forward, down, yep. Okay, so off to the side, slightly forward, back together, and back and to the side again, okay? That's it, very good. And then you reverse it and go in the opposite direction. So let's say if you started clockwise, you're going anti-clockwise, okay? 10 times in each direction with a bit of extra resistance. You should feel a bit of an ache in that sort of side hip area after a while, and that's pretty much what you're aiming for.
The next and last question, we want to manage your expectations, because there's so many people that we see on the internet and YouTube saying, these are quick fixes and everything else. So in Alex's experience, he's been a physio for 20 odd years or 21 years or so. Like, what is a reasonable time frame and expectation to do this?
Well, rather than just giving you my opinion, I'll tell you a quick story. Okay, so about sort of middle of last year, we helped a client. His name was Richard. He was in his sort of mid 60s. Okay, so he had really bad knee pain. So it was mainly arthritic changes. So he had arthritis. So when he came to us, I told him, look, we can probably help to improve your pain. He just wouldn't believe it. And I say, look, it can be done, but it will take you about sort of 5 to 6 weeks to start to see the change, okay? So we gave him these exercises. I gave him a couple of other exercises. And after about sort of, I'd say, first time he mentioned that he started to feel like a bit more strength, a bit more confidence in his leg was about 4 weeks mark, okay? So after 4 weeks, he started to notice some improvement, okay? It wasn't until about 6 to 8 weeks when he started going, okay, look, I can actually climb stairs easier. I can get up off the chair easier. And after another couple of weeks, his life just changed, okay? So anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks is a reasonable time frame for you to start to notice significant improvement. And look, we're not guaranteeing that you'll be completely pain-free, but in most of the time, you should improve your day-to-day function by a significant degree.
See, that's pretty cool, right? So what we've done is we've put what Alex's knowledge into a free guide for you guys, okay? And it's going to be 5 exercises that probably Richard did, and it's going to walk you through each and every step. And there's also a video to guide you through it as well, okay? And if you want a copy of that guide, just comment knees down below and we'll send that over to you via email, all right? Now we're gonna leave a video in the top corner there, which is a video that's gonna help strengthen your glutes, okay, to help you with the knee pain. So go over to that video and we'll see you over there.